is Vanessa Williams and her daughter, Jillian Hervey, the obviously Lion Babe fame. Jillian, I was just choked up because this description of your music style from The Guardian was so beautifully put. They describe it as neo-soul meets old soul meets disco and light funk swirled around the modern R&B and experimental art pop. That is the Lion Babe. That's all. And look, Lucas is nodding like, that's it, that's it. I like that. I mean, you truly took your mother's challenge of being who you want to be and pouring it all into the music.
Yes, just unboxable. You know, I think that's with life.
We got chills from that, unboxable.
You know, I think you have to always just build your own path and be the example that you can be for yourself so that others can hopefully be inspired and do their own thing. That it's not going to be the same way for everyone else.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. You know, there was a photo that caught my eye because, again, you're your own artist, but obviously your mother is one of the greatest. And I saw this picture of you. This is you in the leotard your mother wore.
Yes.
In one of her iconic videos.
Comfort Zone.
Comfort Zone. That's a big moment.
Yes, that was actually for my senior thesis at college. So it was like an ownership of this new life and really honoring her legend, her body, everything that she is, but knowing that I wasn't afraid to
I love that
wear
you
it my
kept
own way.
You kept it, but you were not afraid to wear it your way. So giving love to her legacy, but wearing it your way.
Yeah, and it's always, you know, I think with clothing, we love clothing, and it makes you feel powerful, and what better way to start your career wearing something that, you know, just feels iconic and, you know, it makes you sparkle and shine.
So, Vanessa, your song is called Bop. How did you, because I know both of your parents were music teachers.
Yes.
You have an extensive, it's not just a voice, you are a composer, you are a mindful musician.
Oh, there's mom and dad.
There's your mom and dad.
Yeah, that was at the Grammys.
Oh, that was at the Grammys?
Yeah, that was at the Grammys.
How did you form this collaboration?
Well, I mean, especially growing up with two parents that were educators in music, we had to choose an instrument, and mine was French horn. Jillian, yours was trumpet. But everybody in the family had to choose an instrument, and we couldn't drop it when it was cool to drop it in middle school. We had to take it all the way until we graduated high school. Don't bring out a French horn because my embouchure is gone. So
I promise I won't. I promise.
So it was a requirement in our household to be a musician, to read music, but that was the great opportunity for my kids to be taught by my dad, and all their instruments were taught by my dad, and have their beautiful time together. My mom taught me piano.
So when you were deciding what you would sound like together, how did you come up with where you are? Because it's a beautiful mix.
Oh, in terms of bop?
Yeah, in terms of bop, I'm sorry.
I think she surprised me, because I had done the track, and I said, you know, can you see what you feel? And they did a remix, and then she added a whole nother level to it. And that's how it all came together. So
I love that. Trixie Mattel, who's a friend of our show, and you were judged together.
Mike Ruiz did the album cover right there.
the album cover.
Amazing. And did all the artwork for the album.
I mean, this just screams that it needs to be in Times Square. I just need to drive. I mean, look at this. Mike, this is stunning.
Yeah.
So you have another big dream that you had, which was Devil Wears Prada.
Yes.
I think when they announced it, I could hear people screaming from their social media. Miranda Priestley. This was a role really made for you.
You know, it's a role that I knew that I could do, because I played Wilhelmina Slater for 4 years in Ugly Betty.
Shout out.
So I knew that lane was covered. And it's an iconic role. Of course, Meryl Streep, you know, started it, but it's an opportunity to bring it to the theater, and an opportunity to star in the West End in London. So that was always one of my, you know, my lists to check off of my life. And Elton John did the music, which is amazing. We open at the Dominion Theatre in London. We start previews October 24th. We open with, you know, officially December 1st. And it's just, and I didn't realize, you know, you think, oh, I'll take the role and I can do it. But then when I am in part of an ensemble and other ensemble members of color say, you are a lead role on the West End, and Nigel, who's also Matt Henry, who's amazing, is also another person of color in a show that was not, in a movie.
Right, that wasn't.
Yeah, that was non-traditionally, you know, not a person of color.
Yeah.
Those little things that you don't realize that they make a tremendous difference.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to be able to do it.
Well, and I love that because you know what it matters, why it matters to have different stories represented. And I know you're producing on Broadway for the first time A Wonderful World, which is a bio-musical for Louis Armstrong's life.
And again, it was important to have a Black producer as part of the team. Yeah. We're doing a show about a Black icon. Yeah. And when I joined, there was nobody of color, and I wanted to make sure that his story was authentic. It was about 4 women who were his wives. And I knew that there needed to be a voice of color in the room at all times. So I'm really happy.
I love it because you were looking so proudly at Jillian and Lion Babe performing at Afropunk. You were just saying about representation. Jillian's like, yes, Mom. Tell him, Mom. Tell him, Mom.